I left this city unprotected by giving up my powers to Zoom. I enabled him to rule this earth.
Last thing we need is more metahumans.
I need my powers back.
How would you do that?
By recreating the particle accelerator explosion.
The last time he was in a coma for 9 months.
I know what I'm doing.
This could kill my son.
I have to do this.
Hey YouTubers, it's Charlie. So new Flash trailer, just teasing a little bit of Flashpoint going on. So I'll totally explain what's going on, what they're doing from the comics, who this new character is that we see in the trailer, all kinds of awesome stuff happening. So the first big thing, you probably recognize the Flashpoint stuff. Even if you haven't seen my Flash videos from last week, I talked a little bit about how they're doing some Flashpoint things and that they're trying to recreate the accident that gave Barry powers like they do during the Flashpoint storyline. The really fun thing about that too is that they have to strike Barry with lightning, so it really hurts, and it doesn't work the first time, so they have to do it twice. So he gets struck by lightning twice in rapid succession. If you don't have access to the comic book, I think the animated movie Justice League Flashpoint Paradox was on Netflix for a little while. I'm not exactly sure where that movie's available for streaming, but they do a pretty good job of it in that too. It's just that the part of Thomas Wayne in that storyline is being played by Cisco and Harrison Wells. During the Flashpoint storyline, the Justice League is already a pretty big deal, so he tries to track down Bruce Wayne to get help, but he finds out that because the timeline has changed, that Thomas Wayne is the person that became Batman, and Bruce is the one that died in the alleyway, so Thomas Wayne is like the super dark version of Batman. You can kind of see how they're doing that with Earth 2. It's like Crime Syndicate Earth. Everybody is a really dark version of themselves. But I will say, Metallica Cisco riding the lightning, my favorite version of Cisco so far. I'm just gonna pretend like he has a Metallica t-shirt on underneath this jacket. But the other big thing in this trailer is this character right here. This is Rupture, Cisco's brother from Earth 2. And like the Flash TV shows doing this year, we've met Cisco's brother on Earth 1. He's not a metahuman. On Earth 2, he is a metahuman. And his powers are a little bit like Cisco's in the comics. It's a little bit different because in the comics, he has two brothers, Dante and Armando. Armando is the one that becomes Rupture, but on the TV show, I think they're just simplifying it and it's going to be Dante because it'll be someone that you recognize. So on the TV show, Cisco only has one brother on Earth 1 and Earth 2. On Earth 2, he's a metahuman just like his brother. In the comics, Cisco's name is always Vibe, but remember the way they're playing with Earth 1 and Earth 2 on the TV show. Evil Earth 2, Cisco's name was Reverb. In the comics, this Rupture character also has a couple different aliases. He's called Hardline, he's called Rupture, he's called Reverb. So just a couple minor changes from the comics. They're just simplifying things a little bit. But the fun of this is just like when Barry had the double take when he saw Dr. Light Linda Park for the first time. He was like, oh my god, it's my old girlfriend, and she's evil with superpowers trying to kill me now. It's going to be an even bigger version of that for Cisco when the helmet comes off and he's like, oh my god, it's Dante, it's my brother, but you're evil and you're trying to kill me. One of the really cool things I think they've done with the evil Earth 2 metahumans this year is they've said that even though they're evil, they still have their own relationships. Like Killer Frost just tried to kill Caitlyn, so, really hardcore, she's definitely evil. But she also loved her version of Ronnie Raymond the same way Earth 1 Caitlyn loved her Ronnie Raymond. So at their core, they share a lot of the human emotions of their Earth 1 counterparts. It just does a really good job of making the characters that much more real. Like they're not just really simple mustache twirling villains. Like Rupture here wants to kill Team Flash because they killed his brother, even though his brother was a guyliner ponytail douchebag. But in related news, they also just released some information about episode 22. That's the episode that Katie Cassidy is guest starring in as like her evil metahuman version from Earth 2. Her name's going to be Black Siren. There's going to be a giant metahuman army. It's going to be awesome. That's all I'll say about it now. We can talk more about it when we get closer. But just think of it as the giant team-up episode going into the finale. Now remember, there's still the finale. We don't know anything about that yet. But because there's been so much Flashpoint stuff going on this season, I'm expecting a version of something from the Flashpoint storyline. Like somehow Barry will fix a mistake that has been made. But the other really crazy news you guys may have heard about is that Marvel and Netflix just confirmed a Punisher TV series, for Netflix that is. It's a Netflix Punisher series with Jon Bernthal, of course. I'll totally do a quick reaction video next. I think I've been talking about a Punisher series all year, but now they've just like officially come out and said, we are making this, we just hired an executive producer, you'll probably see it next year. But because they're announcing it so early and they're starting to hire their staff, I think they're going to roll into production later this year for like a 2017 premiere date. But lots more awesome stuff coming, and giveaway time. Congratulations to this week's giveaway winner. Young Lava, you won a $20 Amazon gift card. Be sure to private message me on the back end of my channel so I can get your contact details. That's just on the About page. I know there's still a Legends of Tomorrow video that I need to make. I'll try and post that later today. There's just like a couple things that I'm trying to get through, so I'll try and get through everything as fast as possible. While you guys wait for my next video to post, you can click here for this week's episode of The Flash, and you can click here for my Spider-Man Civil War video. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Let's high five. I'll see you guys tonight.